Tuan NURUL IZZAH binti Tuan Ali. My metric number is H1980874. For introduction statistic is for business statistic. One of the statistic subject, such as a time series, is a particular statistic. It also a part of the statistical application branch, which is a lot of companies use. It includes of the knowledge and abilities needed to adapt and apply statistical technique to a variety of commercial application. Okay, next is in statistics, a frequency distributions is a leaf table or graph that illustrates the frequency of certain effect in a sample. The frequency of a count of value within a certain category or interval is a contained of each table entry. Okay, to calculate the range of the data, to get a range, we have to maximum. Kita kena tolak dengan mean to finding the maximum and maximum data value. Okay. Which will be used to determine the class interval or class rhythm. For this report, we are researching the current price of bungalow for a given size SQ fit FIT in ROSDI.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is NOORSHAHIRA binti MUHAMED ROSDI. My number matric is H19A0375. Data agreement. Data can be described by using table and graph. There are three types of a table can be used to describe the data. In this part, we have a frequency distribution, relative frequency distribution, and the last one is cumulative relative frequency distribution. Okay, we can see the table show the current price of bungalow for a given size square feet in ROSDI. The total of the data is 30. Constructing a frequency distribution. To constructing frequency distribution, you have 5 steps you must follow. Step first, decide on the number of class. We need to use the formula 2k greater than n. The symbol of k represents number of class and the symbol of n represents sample size. For this report, k equal to 5. That because when you calculate, you will get 32. That means greater than 30. So the recommended number of class is 5. For step 2, you need to determine the class interval or width. You just follow the formula. The formula is class width equal maximum entry minus minimum entry divided by number of class. For this report, maximum entry is 257.8 equal 202.2 divided by number of class is 5. And the answer is 11.12. We need to round out to 12. So the class width of this report is 12. For the step 3, we need to set the individual class limit. The limit data entry is a convenient lower limit for the first class. To find the lower limit of remaining 5 class, add the class width of 12 to the lower limit of each previous class. For example, is 213.2 plus 12 equal to 225.2, and this step will be continued until the last class. For step 4, you just make a tally mark for each data entry in the appropriate class. For the last step, the number of a tally mark for a class is the frequency for the class. The result will show in the table. After that is relative frequency distribution. How to find it? You just need to follow the formula. The formula is relative frequency distribution equal the class frequency divided by sample size. If you see the table, you just pick frequency and divide it with a sample size. It means 8 divided to 30 equal to 0.26. 0.26 is the relative frequency for the first class. For the next class, relative frequency, you just follow the formula. And lastly, you must make sure the total of the relative frequency is 1. For this part, you just see the column frequency to make cumulative frequency. That means you should add frequency with cumulative frequency. For example, the first class, the frequency is 8. That means the first cumulative relative frequency also 8. For the next cumulative relative frequency, you should add the frequency at the second class. That means 8 plus 6 equal to 14. And the next cumulative relative frequency is 14 plus 7 equal to 21. And this step will be continued until the last class. That's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is IZZATI SOFIA binti MUHAMED AZME. My matric number is H19B0164. Today, I will tell about graphic method. First of all, we have two graphic method, which is frequency polygon and ogive graph. A frequency polygon is a line graph that emphasizes the frequency continuous variation. The graph frequency polygon show frequency A at midpoint 207.7 is higher than frequency 6, which is midpoint 219.7. After that, frequency 7 is increased at midpoint 231.7, and at frequency 3, the graph show decrease at midpoint 243.7. Next is midpoint 255.7, also increase again at frequency 6. Beside that, we have ogive table, which is a line graph that display the cumulative frequency of each class at its upper class boundaries. The histogram graph show then frequency 8 is increased than frequency 6. After that, the yellow color of histogram bar also increased with frequency 7 with 231.7 midpoint. The lower is frequency 3 with 243.7 midpoints. Lastly, frequency 6 also increased better than frequency 3.
Assalamualaikum, my name is NURATIKAH binti ABDULLAH. My matric number is H19B0610, and I will discuss about measures of central tendencies. We will learn about position metrics such as mean, mode, median, and quantile in this chapter. Okay, first is mean. The mean is calculating procedure that ensures the data's general average. In one of our studies, we utilize mean to compute the current price of bungalows for a certain size in Alus Kedah. So, the mean for the current price of bungalows for a given size in Alus Kedah was approximately 228.71. Okay, next is median. The median is a number in statistic and probability theory that separates the upper and lower half of a data sample, population, or probability distribution. Therefore, the median of the current price of bungalows for a given size in Alus Kedah was approximately 227.4. Next is mode. The attribute or object that appears most often in the data entry that occurs with the best frequency, the data or mode. The mode of the current price of bungalows for a given size in Alus Kedah was approximately 228.1. Okay, next is measures of variation. To measure the amount of difference between random variables, we usually use three types of parameters such as range, variance, and standard deviation. Okay, first is range. The disparity between the set's maximum and minimum data entries is measured by the range of data. The formula for calculating range is as follows. Range equal to maximum data entry minus minimum data entry. Therefore, the range of the current price of bungalows for a given size in Alus Kedah is 55.6. Okay, lastly is variance and standard deviations. Therefore, the sample variance is about 314.65 and the standard deviation is about 17.74. That's all for me. Thank you.
Okay, next is measure of position. Statisticians of talk about the position of a value relative to other value in a set of data. As with other type of measure, there is more one approach to defining such a measure. To determine the measure of position, the data must be sorted from lowest to highest. The most common measure of position are quartiles, deciles, and percentiles. A quartile is one of the 3 points that divide a dataset into 4 equal groups, and they are denoted by Q1, Q2, and Q3. Okay, for conclusion, the shape of distribution can be divided into types such as symmetricals and asymmetricals. The asymmetrics occurs when the graph is equal to inclined to the left or inclined to the right. Thank you.